here or here? And in case anybody's wondering, yes, we are live on both Twitch and YouTube today. Dude, Chance, thank you for the Prime over on Twitch for 9 months, homie. I really appreciate that. And if anybody's wondering, I'm a little bit under the weather. Unfortunately, I'm doing my best to hang on, but I might mute the microphone and like cough and sputter and sneeze loads. So Philip Cornish, first time with us over on YouTube for the race watch along. I hope you guys are ready. Nolan, dude, thank you for 18 months, dude. Holy cow. Tuman, good day. Good day. How you going? Sounding super sick? Bro, I am super sick. Neil, welcome back, dude. I like how Alexandra's got all lowercase letters. Fat and sick. Oh, you know. Rory, dude, thank you for the 14 months at Laps in Ferrari. I think they'll hang on at lap 1. Should have snorted some Lemsip. Honestly, I took a bath and had a nice cup of tea. 30 seconds? 30 seconds, by the way? 30 seconds? 30 seconds? Does everybody know about that? I feel like everybody should know about 30 seconds already. B-Strim, dude, thank you for 11 months. GP whispering sweet nothings in Max's ear, and Max says, okay, yes, I will avoid the shenanigans. Daltman, thank you for the Prime, homie. I appreciate that, dude. Hit the like button on YouTube? Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. Oh, they're getting a Hugh talking to Checo about his pre-race procedures. Does anybody know what the engineers and drivers are talking about then? Miss Hellcat? Best mod. 24 months. Co-best mod. Proper New Zealand Manuka honey. Yo, I should... Hey, Tim found us to the Engine Breaking Podcast. Let's go, dude. Crabs, hello. Hey, CK's got the Terry Blacks hat as well. I'm so far behind your stream. It should be linked up. Also, heads up for a while. If you're using multi-viewer to watch along today, set your offset to 32 seconds. You should be good. So, just a heads up for everybody. I am live streaming to Twitch and YouTube today. I might miss some messages. It's not being awful, but if you want to help me out, keep the chat on topic about what's going on in the race. And yeah, so the deal, if you're new to these streams, what we do is I'm watching the race with you guys. I'm looking at the timing data, the live feeds, the track map. I'm looking at what's going to happen during the race, what I think might happen. And if I don't know what's going to happen, I'll tell you, because I don't have any interest in like BSing you guys. But at the same time, if you have questions that are like to do with what's going on, don't hesitate to ask them. And mods, if you see some excellent questions, feel free to ping me again if I miss them, because sometimes they are super, super important. I mean, Anaxa, dude, thank you for 6 months. Let's go. And Joran, thank you for the Prime for 6 months as well, man. Let's talk about it. We've got 8 minutes until the race starts, so let's talk about what's going to happen. We've got a 71 lap Grand Prix, a huge, super duper long straight, 800 meter run down to turn 1. We've got the super slippery Ferraris on the front row. We've got the Red Bulls, both slippery, currently P3 and P5. Daniel Ricciardo is in P4, and he's got the almighty barn door of a rear wing on that draggy son of a gun. Race start, that shouldn't be too big of an issue, but throughout the race, that could be interesting. That could be very interesting for Daniel. You remember what happened with McLaren in Spa? They had loads of pace in Sector 2, but they got stomped in the straight line down to turn 5. So let's see what Daniel can do today. I hope it goes well for him. But yeah, let's see. Race start for my multi-viewer layout, and if you're not using multi-viewer for F1 to watch Formula 1, you're missing out completely. I've got the main feed, I've got Max, and I've got Daniel right now. I don't really like watching the race leader, because hopefully they stay in the race lead, and I should be able to see what I want to see about Leclerc and Sainz from Max's POV. Soraya, thank you for 28 months of tier 1 over on Twitch. Thank you, dude. Seriously. And if you're not, like, if you're new to Formula One and you're new to the stream, we are super, super newbie friendly. And if you ask a question and I don't have the answer or I haven't seen your message, the mods and the rest of the community are super, super open-minded. They love chatting with stuff. Am I using the correct timing layout? No, I'm not. Is that it? Oh, no. Let me just double check that real quick. Good comms. Good comms. Studio mode. Let's go. You guys are so good. I have to power cycle a couple times, you know? There we go. That's the one, isn't it? It shows us what tire we're on. Let's go. Edward Burry, first time on your live? Let's go, man. Welcome to the stream, bro. Can you get multi-view in the UK? I live in the UK. One of my last main videos has a really great sponsor that can also help you out. What the... What? First of all, I appreciate that you guys are on YouTube and Twitch, but Ali 586 with the 50 gifted subs on what, dude? W's in the chat. If you got the Twitch emotes, you got the Brackwet W's all around. Ali, thank you so much for the 50 gifted subs. Holy. Yeah, but with the completely unrelated link in the YouTube chat. Snags, hello. Slam Andrews, hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling a little bit better, man. A little bit better. W's are fine. Dude, seriously, thank you so much. If you guys got a gifted sub over on Twitch, be sure to say thank you. Daddy, hello, welcome back. So let's get into it. We've also got Lance Armstrong. Lance Stroll decided to start from the pit lane again and change his car setup. That car, not good. And if you're wondering what I think has happened to Aston Martin, check the video on my YouTube, Break F1, about what's happened. Feet picks for 50 gifted? No. Christy, thank you for the Prime for 5. And Thomas, 14 months. Thomas, it feels like you've been here for 3 years, bro. Is there a way to make all of your multi-viewer windows on top of your desktop? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Right. Do we have tires up yet? We don't have tires yet in the feed. Honestly, multi-streaming is good. It makes sense for them. Mitch, dude, and Mitch and Miles. Let's go. Mitch, thank you for 6 months, and Miles, dude, thank you for the 5 bomb, homie. You guys are mad. About to beat your last record. What was my last record? Level 9? Mitch, dude, we're doing pretty good. Got a little bit of a cold. I'm honestly excited for this race, so let's talk about the race start quickly. Tuman, thank you for the Prime as well. Twitch is very good. I think everybody should be on there. I'm glad we can be on both, because I do have a great community on both of these excellent streaming platforms, man. Thomas, thank you for the gifted sub to Connor Daly as well. Mr. Hey, Robbie, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Always fun coming in for the watch-alongs. Love it, man. Dude, thank you so much. But let's talk about this. So we're looking at, we've got the tires up. Everybody in the top 12, new medium. Alonso, used medium. Albon and Ocon have gone for a hard-on. Magnussen, a new medium. Norris, new soft. New soft. He's going to try to get up there early, hope for a safety car chaos, and make it out. I think that's the only thing that's going to happen there. I do not know if Norris can do a one stop off of that, but if he can, that would be a miracle. Then the back of the grid, Tsunoda, Sargent, Stroll, mediums, a used medium for Stroll. I think the strategy is going to be one stop, medium hard. That's the equivalent to last year's soft medium in terms of tire compounds. Yeah, Josh, I'm glad too, honestly, because that was starting to not make any sense, but we're there. Right, if you're in the Twitch chat, we've got a prediction for first lap outcome. Shenanigans, safety car, red flag, virtual safety car, or no shenanigans. Get it in. You don't understand Stroll on used mediums? Let me see what tires he had. Hopefully not. I don't think this will be a snooze fest. We've got a couple of drivers out of place. We've got Norris trying something different on a soft. I expect the front runners to do medium hard one stop, unfortunately. Cars go Froome. 10 months. You legend. Thank you so much. Safety car likely. We could have... Yeah, we could have a lot of anything. So on my multi-viewer, I'm watching Max and Ricciardo for the race start. You know what? I don't tend to look at the safety car histories. First class, alcoholic, thank you for the prime sub. Matty McCoo, thank you for the prime as well, homie. How the heck are we going to get to... How is there a level 9 hype train? Alcoholic and Matty, thank you guys. So, in terms of starts, Sainz's practice start had a load of wheel spin. He's not going to be happy with that. I just was at the right angle. Sainz had way too much clutch engagement on his practice start. Hopefully he'll learn from that. But a lot of people getting a reasonable amount of tire spin or wheel spin on their race starts. I'm not sure why the Twitch sounds different. No clue, mate. You reckon Ferrari can delay Verstappen a bit? Here's another good question from Collins. They ask, do you reckon Ferrari can delay Verstappen a bit? One thing that I haven't put a number on this, but it seems that when you're defending this year, you spend a lot of tires. They've got similar top speed, similar one-lap pace between the two cars. I think Max is going to put the Ferraris, if they're 1, 2, 3 with Max in third after the first lap, I think that Max will help them eat up their tires and get past them. I think it's going to take DRS, but yeah. Ricciardo P4, I reckon Ricciardo will finish in the points, but just. Andy, dude, thank you for the 13 months on Twitch, man. I appreciate you, brother. Why does defending? I don't know. Honestly, I don't have a good theory for why defending kills tires, but it's like you're putting the car offline. You're pushing quite hard to get good traction from offline traction zones to make your car quite wide. It's not. You hear me trying to elaborate on that. I got nothing really. Piastri podium or right? I think it's likely. Piastri in the Mercedes, middle of the field in terms of top speed. Yeah, Joe, you're offline and pushing hard. That'll hurt more. Max into turn 1? I hope not. Max is slowing quite a bit. What is that? 3 burnouts? So when you saw the race engineer talking to the driver, they're talking about, right, you need this brake balance map on the formation lap. You need this much tire preparation. Here's your target temperatures for your tires. Here's how you need to prep your brakes. Make sure your brakes are in the window by this corner, because certain tracks you can't do brake prep in certain places. And then starts procedures. How many practice burnouts are you doing? Any guidance on the clutch deployment or clutch dump? Like I said, number of burnouts, and then anything else. I'd love to hear one of those conversations again. Let's go. Right, so I'm currently at, you guys need to be at 30 seconds on your multi-viewer if you want to keep in track with me. We got 5 lights. Lights out. Oh, the Ferrari's getting a good start. I was expecting Verstappen's got a mega start. Is he going to get sandwiched? No, he's through on Sainz. Easy. Wheel to wheel with Leclerc. Side by side. Is he passing him? Perez is now on the outside of turn 1. This is not good. 3 into 1 does not go. It does not go. Leclerc just drove under the Liqui signs. Oh my God. So, Perez done. Leclerc broken front wing. They're gonna, like, if Leclerc's gonna get the Kevin Magnussen flag thrown at him if that front wing end plate does not fall off. Leclerc not in trouble. It's 3 into 1, man. 3 into 1. But who backs out of that? Who backs out of that? I don't know. Nobody, like, if you're driving that car, nobody backs out of it. Perez is still moving around the track at a reasonable pace. He's going to have to come in for a stop. He probably has car damage. It's not looking good. So Max is outside of the DRS zone already. Leclerc is going to get black flagged, or meatball flagged for sure. Checo has retired the car. Dude, I'm so bummed out about this, man. No, he's changing. He's not retired. Correction. They're looking at that car. They're checking the suspension on the front right. Wiggle, wobble, wibble, wobble. Do we do it or not? They're letting him out. Pedals has boxed the car. I think that was Paul Monahan around the car, and he's like, no, bin it, mate. They've retired Perez. I'm sure at some point we'll hear Christian on the pit wall to understand what happened. Rear suspension? Let's watch the replay. Do you back out of that? Who backs out of that? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You say silly Checo for being in that place, but you get to go from P5 to potentially P2. Do you back out? He's ahead. Yeah, they just 3 into 1. 3 into 1, man. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're going to throw anything at Perez, but they'll racing incident that, but he took himself out of the race effectively. I mean, you would have taken the outside, but yeah. He basically tried to make it 2 cars wide when it was 3 cars wide. Look, yeah. He should have backed out. Yeah. In hindsight, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. He squeezes Leclerc. Bad awareness. Expecting Leclerc to turn in. No chance for Leclerc to do anything. Bad move. What I want to know is, why did Leclerc drive under the Liqui sign on the track? Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, that right side, the entire cooler is absolutely effed on that car. Perez should have backed out or gone wider. It's easy for us to say, but I agree with you 100%. Unlucky for Perez. That end plate's about to go into his tire. It's gone. It's off. It's off at turn 1. But it's on the track now, just offline. Can the marshal get out there and grab that? I think a marshal can get that. It's going to take them another minute to get back around. No further investigation. Check out of the car. Yep. I mean, arguably, that was Checo's mistake. Set your delay to about 32 seconds. 32,000 milliseconds. I just do to whatever delay I can get on my my main feed. Yeah, I mean, it is Checo's fault. I feel bad for him. They're going to try to get back out, no? Yeah. They pulled him into the garage to repair the car. How many laps down is he? 2? VSC. They're going to go collect that front wing. So, whatever gap we do, everybody will do it. The fact that they threw the virtual safety car, I wonder if Norris wouldn't have hated to come in if it had came out at the right time. But it looks like they deliberately waited until everybody passed the pit lane. They should have thrown it before, and I would have really enjoyed that. On board with the LN4. Norris threw on Alonso. So Ricciardo's held on to P4. Hamilton, Piastri, Russell all up one. Has anybody noted that we've got Hulkenberg up 4, Albon up 3, Magnussen up 3, Tsunoda up 4. Ocon's had a howler. He's down 4. And Bottas has dropped 3 positions. Alonso down 3 as well. Yikes. Right. Track clear DRS enabled. Nobody in the top 10 in DRS range except for Russell. No, there's quite a few. Russell and Hamilton have DRS on the cars ahead of them. Verstappen lost half a second. Oof. Can we get some sad faces in the chat for Perez? I'm bummed out now. Here's a good question. Should Ferrari let Sainz through on Leclerc? No, because Sainz is a second and a half behind Leclerc. It's lap 6. Nah. Sad for Perez, yeah. Alpha's at a howler. Bottas is down 3 spots. Yeah. I mean, let's see. Like, I'm looking at not the inevitable Vingle card, but the odd one. Hulkenberg points. Ricciardo top 5 possible. I really don't know. I mean, Ricciardo's holding a 1.1 gap to Sainz so far. Two laps of VSC, does that help the one stop? I'm not sure if the one stop is marginal or not. Hamilton's ready to get Ricciardo. Hamilton will have a bit of top speed in hand, and he will have DRS now. I don't think Ricciardo can hold Lewis up for too long, honestly. What a bad day for the Mexican fans on track. Hello, sir, from the Philippines. What's going on, man? Hope your night shift is going well. Danny Rick podium. Nah. It's optimistic. I think that's very optimistic considering the car's performance and the cars that they're going to have to race. And Ricciardo is going well. He's holding the gap to Sainz. But let's see. Hamilton's going to steal his lunch money on the straight, honestly. He's having a look. Not yet, but it's happening. That's going to also, Daniel defending that through Sector 1 is going to eat up a lot of tires. Well, they do have a DRS advantage because Ricciardo doesn't have DRS. GeoNerd says, watching Turn 1 replay, no sympathy. Yeah. Unfortunate. Blind Monk says, did Perez just open the door for Hamilton to take 2 drivers in the standings? Oof. But also, like, Paul's saying Ferrari still have to do strategy. Realistically, they only have to make one call this race, unless there's a safety car. Ricciardo's lost a couple tenths to Sainz, defending to Hamilton at turn 1 there. Yeah. Artorias, I totally understand that completely. I wanted to see Checo have a great race at his home Grand Prix. He had such a good start as well. But it was a mistake, I feel. Ricciardo's losing lap time to Hamilton, though. Hamilton's sitting in his DRS, and Ricciardo's losing a tenth or two every lap. Tsunoda threw on Magnussen, and then through the track. Good shortcut. I just ran out of front end, a little pinch, then the rear stepped around. I was wondering why he went through the grass. It's because he had a snap there. Hamilton's backed off now. Maybe giving himself a little bit of breathing room through the high-speed section, and then we'll see. Hamilton can close up in the stadium. Yeah, nothing crazy there. What Yuki did there is what Perez should have done. Agreed. Like, oops, I locked up. I'll just keep it clean and slot back in where I was. So, Hamilton says the car is running hot. That's obviously this track. You've heard it all weekend. Cooling is very difficult with the thin air. Hamilton is with the DRS on, but not following Ricciardo's slipstream just to keep the cooling up on the car. We could also see cars pushing for multiple laps in a row, burning up their brakes, engines overheating, you name it. This is going to be an interesting race of management and biding your time. Car's running hot. He could have had an engine high or brakes high. I'm not sure. Norris tires gone. He's only... Okay, he's 1.4 seconds off his fastest. He's got green microsectors in Sector 2. 2.4 gap to Magnussen. So Lando's also overeating. So Lando's hot as well. Lando's got a green Sector 2. Captain Flips asks, what does the stripe through the tire on the board mean? The stripe through the tire means that it's been previously used. So it could be 5 laps old, it could be 3 laps old, or in the case of Aston Martin, who just do an outlap on them and park them, it could be additionally 1 lap old. But the number of laps on the tire, I do believe, should be showing you the total number of laps on that tire. It's not, actually. It's not. It's the number of laps in the race on that tire. No worries, dude. It's It's a good question. Verstappen 2.6 holding the gap to the front. Norris is now closing. Norris is closing to Magnussen, but we've got a Haas on a one step harder compound. Nah. Tsunoda's had a pit stop. Lewis has overtaken Ricardo. I missed that. Did we miss that on the broadcast? The soft tire window, I'm gonna be surprised to see the soft do more than 16 laps. I missed it then. I was talking to chat with you guys. Norris is closing that gap up, but it's not like he's just ripping through them on a soft, you know? Norris in the pit lane? Is Norris going to try to do a hard one stop? 60 laps on a hard, possibly? I don't feel like that's wise, but they might as well. Has McLaren made a mistake with their strategy? I'm not sure. Norris has gone out on a hard. I think they're going to try it. I mean, also, where did he start the race? P17? You have to do silly stuff. He did not have enough pace on that soft to come through the back markers on the same, or on a harder tire, so. Fernando's let Lance through. Lance started from the pit lane with the setup change. What are GP and Max talking about right now? I just saw that. Watch the curb at turn 3. It's not helping you. Losing a bit of time with that. Yeah, but I'm trying to hit it correctly. It's not nice there. GP's just saying stay off the curb, and Max is saying there's lap time if I can get the angle of the curb correctly. But they're like, it's not worth it. So Tsunoda set a purple lap, fastest lap of the race on a hard tire at a 22.5, and Max has only done a 23.2. So we're clearly got some management at the front. Our car is not lovely there. So Lando's got a 16-second gap. I mean, yeah, he's in a spot right now where he's got 16 seconds to Ocon. If he can bring this hard tire in without having to defend to anyone, he's got Tsunoda 2 seconds behind him. So hopefully Norris can push a little bit more and stay at this clean air, close up, and I don't see Ocon boxing again anytime soon. Ocon's on a 12-lap old hard. Ocon needs to go to lap 40. Yuki doing a push lap in the first or second lap on that hard tire. I think it's his second push lap. Surprise there. Yeah, nobody in the front is pushing right now. It's a management thing. They're going to make the one stop work if they can. Piastri's also been told for more power unit cooling. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Yuki pit, to be fair. No, they changed his front wing. They changed Yuki's front wing. That's what happened. Sargent up 5 positions, Hulkenberg up 4 positions. Those are the movers of the race so far. So Hamilton looks to be closing the gap to Sainz right now. Currently 1.5 second gap on lap 15. Lewis in DRS range soon? I believe so. I think he's going to hurt Sainz's race quite severely. Albon through on Zhou? Yeah, job done. Good moves, Alex. Hamilton reporting graining rear left. Interesting. Medium 14 laps. He's going to have to work through that. Ferrari are sticking with plan A. They work backwards. They started with plan F. I don't think Lewis is... No, I think that feedback is quite genuine. He's just saying it's going through a grain. He can probably see it in his rearview mirror. He'll keep going for sure. Clean Blue 1990 says, in this air, is the motor power reduced or does the turbo make up for it? The turbo makes up for it, but in the past we've seen some teams don't have enough maximum turbo speed or efficiency to spin the turbo up fast enough, but I haven't heard many stories about it this weekend. I think everybody's turbos are pretty well, yeah, they're doing okay to make. Lewis says, balance is great, mate. So he's grooving. Currently 1.14. He's found 2 or 3 tenths that last lap. Hamilton to be in DRS on Sainz at the next straight. Yeah, Lewis probably coming through both Ferraris, honestly. What do you think of them starting Norris on the softs? It was a risk for a safety car strategy, if I had to guess. I'm not a good strategist, but I don't think anybody anticipated going particularly long on the soft. What did they get out of it? Norris got 11 laps out of the soft. Probably about par for the course, honestly. I would love to have asked Bernie that question. What do you think of them starting Norris on the soft? Unless I missed it because I was talking too much. Yeah, Hulk is blocking up a little train there. Still better than Ferrari? I don't think so. That Albon... Oh, sorry, the Gasly's car with and the toe. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Bottoming and bouncing all over the place. That doesn't look fun. Gasly's working pretty hard to get past him there. You guys, stop. So, Hamilton's saying... Bono basically told Hamilton, don't push it too hard right now. You don't need to make the move. Let's just hang on to this. Currently, last lap was a 1:23.9. He's just a couple tenths off the race leader, Max. He's got a 1.2 second gap to Sainz, and I reckon he can close that if he wants to. Cadillac, what's up, bro? Bojankster, thank you for the prime for 8 months, homie. Poor Renaults have no power at all. Koscheck says, thanks for the gifted sub, Ali. Thank you for the freaking 50 bomb. That's wild. That's actually wild, dude. Yeah, I think they know that the Ferraris are going to wear out the tires. Hamilton's holding just over a 1 second gap, which means he's probably not doing too much damage to his tires. He's getting a little bit of an effect of the toe down the main straight, but saying that, Hamilton is right up Sainz's gearbox through 10-11. He's now within 1 second. Hamilton's going for it this lap. Hamilton's going to have a look this lap for sure. One second is too close. You're going to burn up your tires. You need to be about 1.5 to 2 seconds minimum if you're managing tires, or you need to get it done. Hamilton has DRS on Sainz. Our TV producer has shown us nothing useful. What are they doing? I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm going to switch to Lewis's onboard now. I will be my own TV producer. So if you're watching multi-viewer for F1, make sure to switch over to Hamilton's onboard because the global feed people are asleep. So Max reporting the tires are giving up. Carlos is lifting and coasting quite a bit for fuel saving as well. So Max's tires available. He's got 1 medium, 2 new hards, 3 used softs. Max is pitting. Max is coming in. So Max will come out behind Russell. This could be quite a long pit loss, considering it's in the middle of the long straight. Yep, right there. Decent. Did anybody calculate that pit loss time for Max? I think it was 24 seconds. VSC 12, race stop 23. From the gaps, it was 23-24, so we got that. I think that's total time, including stop, is about 24 seconds. Max is out on a new hard, and GP's reminded him, go easy on the tire for the first couple of laps. Can Russell hold up Max? Nah. I think it does seem like it's an early stop for Max, but at the same time, they're driving their fastest race. I think if you see Max stopping, I will be surprised if the Ferraris have substantially better tire performance than the Ferraris. So, talking to some aerodynamicists that work in F1, I don't know how important these front wing end plates are for balance or performance. Hamilton coming in. Hamilton will come out behind. Who are they trying to fake out? Ferrari? They might have done opposite signs. Let's see if we've got Hamilton radio. Manage the brakes now. Stay on top of the brake temps, but it won't be long. Right, so they're Mercedes are managing brakes. Is anybody else managing brakes that you guys have seen? Less outwash with these regulations, referring to the aerodynamic outwash from the front wing and structures, yes. And the end plates are deliberately made not to. Signs, engineers suggesting one stop is the best plan. Question? It is the plan. Do you think the hards can do 50 laps? Asks Tomo. If you one stop, they need to. Oh my god, they forgot what strategy? I mean, Max did a pit stop, and he's basically gone from... Yeah, he's half this pit stop time. He's just flying through these guys. Norris straight through Alonso. Stroll next. Were there any boundaries given by Pirelli? Can you rephrase the question or elaborate on it? Daniel's doing a mega job. 11 seconds off the race lead. Holding off P4. He's only lost a spot out to Hamilton, who arguably was going to take him anyway. No, there were no lap limits imposed by Pirelli on these tires. That was a Qatar specific. Cat hair, nice. Temps are under control for Lewis. Max will have DRS. Oh, Max will have DRS. We'll try not to waste any time. Was the message given to Ricardo? They know that, like, if they try to defend to Max, they're going to waste time. So Max will come straight through on Ricardo. He won't fight it for sure. What can Russell do? Thoughts and prayers. Hamilton's last message. My tires feel okay. I've got no grip. And he's boxed. Hamilton in the pit lane. Strat mode 4 is probably an energy deployment mode. If it's an in-lap, it will be to spend some of the battery, and then you can recharge it in the pit lane effectively. Okay, Hulkenberg's on an outlap and Magnussen are on outlaps. They've got 47 laps to do on a hard. I think it's a AI transcription issue. I don't think Hamilton said his... Excuse me, I don't think he said his tires were okay. So everybody that's putting a hard tire on will probably have to make sure that they're taking a little bit of time to ease these hards in. Otherwise, if you hit them too hard, you're just going to ruin them. And Max flies past Ricciardo. Yeah, that's just a huge difference in pace. How come Sainz is 7.5 seconds behind if Leclerc has damage? The damage to Leclerc's car is probably not costing him any lap time, especially if it's the front wing end plate. So yeah, going back to a point from earlier, allegedly the front wing end plates do not do a whole lot for performance. Okay, so Sainz and his engineer are saying optimal one stop, so push it out a little bit longer. Sainz will know what his pit window is on the medium, and right now, his fastest lap's a 23.5, and he's on a 24.2 right now. 7/10 drop off in 25 laps. Not bad, mate. The commentator says Daniel Ricciardo didn't fight Verstappen because he wants to be on the Red Bull team next season. No. I think Daniel Ricciardo didn't fight Max Verstappen because Max Verstappen had about 1,000 fucking kilometers an hour straight line speed advantage over him. I think that's the actual narrative there, FYI. Albon up to P6, done 25 laps on the hard. I think that's the actual vibe. To be fair, the AlphaTauri is one of the slowest cars with DRS on versus Red Bull, which is one of the tied fastest cars with DRS on. Ricciardo didn't have DRS, so yeah, he was probably going 5,000 light years per second faster than him. Lando through on Stroll. I feel like we're missing a lot of the overtake action in real time. It's all replays. They're kind of missing it, and we can kind of look at the trace here, and I can tell you where the fights are happening beforehand. Valeria says the same comment from the Italian commentators. TV direction has been abysmal. Bernie's talking. Stand by. Does Russell... I mean, Russell thinks he could run the strategy from the car. So, I'm listening to Bernie real quick. Bernie with an excellent point here. She's basically said, Ferrari is saying, we think our best race is the optimal one stop. They're going to go medium to hard. Hamilton has pit early onto a hard. He needs to do 47 laps on a hard. Hamilton has now undercut them. So if Leclerc boxes, he comes out 7 seconds behind Hamilton. I don't think they've got that much pace in hand to outrace them. And Bernie's scratching her head wondering, why did they let Hamilton undercut them? Why did they not cover? Interesting. Russell is upset that he got boxed, and they were worried that he was going to get undercut by Norris, so his strategists are watching that. Verstappen coming through on Sainz without any effort. And yeah, now Russell is stuck behind Albon and the Williams, who is fairly slippery. Gasly's boxed. Yeah, Verstappen's last lap was a second faster than Sainz. 3/10 faster than Sainz's fastest lap ever. Ferrari's strategy lately only works if there's a safety car. There is no way they're actually gambling on a safety car. But like at some point, this medium I think is going to fall off. And when now they're looking like, okay, if Leclerc, you pit now, you'll come out 8 seconds behind Hamilton. Can you close that gap? I'm not sure. What are Ferrari seeing that we don't? They've probably been drinking some of Lewis's Worcestershire sauce. Oh, that kid is so sad right now. They're like, hey kid, be really sad so maybe Red Bull invite us into the garage. Just cry. No? This is not me. I can see the evil in other people. All those Mexicans are really sad. I can understand. I'm kind of bummed out we don't have Checo in this race, honestly. Is that Ricardo with some brake dust? No, that is a Tsunoda with some brake dust. I don't know why I thought Ricardo had the yellow roll hoop. Yeah, a little bit of brake dust coming out there. They're going to have to watch that. Love your content. Glad I got to catch the stream, dude. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you, man. Sainz is in the pits. He's done 30 laps on a medium. He's got 41 laps to go. Where's he going to come out? I didn't see his gap before he stopped. Okay, stop for them. Stationary 2-3. Very good stop for Carlos. Duddy, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, good stop for Sainz there. Sainz coming out just ahead of Ricardo. Oh, I completely missed the Ricardo pit a couple laps ago. Okay. Norris is caught up with Piastri, but he's also done... Yeah, he's a little bit out of sync with him. I don't know if Lando can do a one-stop from there. Zhou's got some burning smells, possibly electrical. Can Hamilton one-stop? I think so, yeah. Max will... Is Max going to one-stop that? 20 laps on a medium? Because it's not like Max is saving his tires. He's now 1.2 seconds slower than his fastest lap, so... Let's see. Leclerc's box. So now the Ferraris have to play catch up to Hamilton. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to be very happy to go back tonight or tomorrow morning and look at this data and learn a lot about what the pit wall saw that I didn't see without a race trace and a tire model. I don't think I'm... No, I think this is an interesting one. How did Leclerc come out ahead of Hamilton? I'm actually confused. I must have misread their gaps previously. Yeah, Max. Oh my God. Hello, Kevin. What are you doing out there, bro? Yeah, Verstappen's got another hard tire. Isn't that right? 2 hards? Yeah, Max has 2 new hards, so he has this one and one more. So if he gets a free pit stop, chuck on another hard. No dramas. Yeah, a guy with pants says I completely missed the Leclerc Hamilton gap. That's my bad. So Bono's saying, yeah, mate, you can do 47 laps on this tire. Double yellow sector 10. Magnussen is stopped on track on the dot. Swapped over to Magnussen's getting out of the car. There's smoke coming out of it. Magnussen's cars is in absolute bits. Let's rewind this and see what we can see with Kevin's lap. He's had a big one, has Kevin. Safety car out for Kevin. I'm watching Kevin's onboard right now. What's he done? What's happened to him? How are we doing? So he's through turn 4, 5. They're going to have to repair the barriers there as well. I mean, I'm watching Kevin's lap up to this point. He's sliding all over the place. Understeer, oversteer. Turns in for turn 9. Oh my God. It just... What is that car? What is that car? Safety car, Max, free stop, easy. He might have had a brake failure. I don't like speculating about stuff like that because it's absolutely terrifying. But he wasn't braking there unless the disc failed when he was not applying the discs. But in that high-speed corner in 9, I don't think you're applying... He was on the curb at 8. And then the car just starts rotating out towards the wall. That car is on fire. He go left to go right. Yeah. Ka-chow. Yeah, brake fire. It's an American car. It's not used to those right turns. So let's watch the replay on board with the main broadcast now. 8. Fine. Not, he's up on the curb at 9, and the car just keeps moving. Did something break? Rear axle? Yeah, it looks like something broke on the rear of the car. Right rear towed in and goes, see you later. Or out, sorry. Oof. Is that not a red flag? It is a red flag. Red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Oofed. Free pits for all. Tire change, tire change. Is Max going to rebag those? It looks like something in the rear suspension. It could have been a wishbone or a track rod. But the car, he was turning right and the car just goes left, so... So Leclerc, as Crofty mentions, get a free front wing change. I think Max will put this set of tires back on heat. These hards will go back on heat for sure. Albon lost 3 positions under safety car to pit. They should have been thinking about that though. But it's a risk you take. It's not clear if it's going to be a standing start or not. Why put these tires back on heat? Because Other than that, Max only has softs. So Max has 3 used softs, 1 tired medium, and then a hard that has 14 laps on it. Those tires are all back on heat, except for the mediums. I definitely didn't mute that. Oops. Gesundheit, Dankeschön. Thanks, Christy. Yeah. The fact that Max is walking back to the garage, he's just trying to do his physio there. Hey, there's Pur. Pur is Ricardo's physio. He's been with Gasly. He was Kvyat's physio. He is one of the most interesting people I've met in the paddock, is Pur. He's a really, really clever dude, and I will do my best to get him on a podcast in the off season because the way he ticks is pretty interesting. Ghost Beaning says, just came in. What did Checo do? He basically turned in on Leclerc sandwich. There was Max, Leclerc was the meat, and Checo was the outside bread. And the outside bread turned in where there was no room. Scooter on the track, scooter on the track, repeat, scooter on the track. So if you want to know how these Tech Pro barriers work and how the repairs work, Matt Amos has done a YouTube video about these. That's Matt's name, if you want to look him up. I just typed it into the chat on Twitch and YouTube. Wow. That was terrifying. Max is complaining because he's just put on a set of tires. He stopped under the safety car. He's still P1. Yeah, I don't know. Phil, thanks, man. Tama, it looks like the right rear. I could be wrong. You guys think the left rear? Okay. He's Dutch. We love to complain. Left rear, everybody says. Copy. Okay, left rear, 100% visible. So it just went bonk. Tsunoda's up 10. He'll get to change tires for free. I mean, who's really winning right here? Norris got boned. Albon got boned. I'm great at sweeping. Can I be a marshal? Honestly, I don't know if I'd want to be a marshal. Those guys and gals are, yeah. That's a sketchy job sometimes. Lewis asks, could Leclerc change his front wing? Yes, he can. Tsunoda in 8th with a decent car, yeah. So, the questions I've got looking at the race restart. Russell and Piastri, are they going to be able to move up? Tsunoda, is he going to be able to challenge Russell? That's going to be a tough one. Hamilton could get P2. What's Hamilton's tire situation? Hamilton's gone medium hard. There's 37 laps left, and Hamilton has a used medium. Or we could reheat this hard. That's a tough one. Chime Finder asks a great question, which is genuinely perplexing. How did an Alpha Tauri make Q3 on actual pace, and they've been terrible all season? Honestly, man, struggle. I have no idea how to answer that. GWOP Lock, dude, thank you for the Prime sub, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, they can change tires on a red flag for sure. 36 laps on a medium is a stretch indeed. Yeah, the only I'm just listening to Bernie now. You want a softer tire for the standing start if you do a standing start. To do 37 laps, you want a hard tire. Hamilton's got a 10 lap old hard and a lightly used medium. I think it has 5 laps on it. Jess, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you so much. But the Alpha Tauri is just like super inefficient, but the car balance was pretty reasonable. Hamilton's in a tough position. Yeah, reheat Norris's medium. Send it back. What does Norris have left in his... Norris... All Norris has left is this medium, a used medium, a 1 lap old medium, a used medium, which has probably 5 laps on it, and a couple new softs. Tough one. Yeah, you want to do straight to the end from here. Absinator, thank you for the tier 1 for 19 months. Holy. I think, yeah, Kay, I think Magnussen had some sort of suspension failure. The best tire for the restart's a medium. Or soft. It's purely for a restart. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Sabu sent me a replay. The left rear tire is pointing in about 30 degrees. Yeah. Checo's talking to the press right now. Nico to the mechanics. Babes, I'd never break the suspension like that. I'm bummed for Checo, man. That sucks. Big butt. There's Checo fans that say, Max, we love you too. Thoughts on Checo's seat? Well, there's nobody in it right now. 11 minutes until the race restart. 10 minutes from now. Sus pension. I get why Checo went for it, but he should have just bailed out at turn 1 and come back in and slotted in P3. He'd be all right. 5th and 8th is crazy for AlphaTauri. It is indeed. Greasy Slims on Twitch says, the second Red Bull seat is cursed. And on one hand, I agree with you when Max is driving the first car. In theory, they could fix Checo's car, but they're not going to. I like that clip, him. The guys are so gutted. Rebar? You mean rebag? Put the tires back in heating blankets and use them again. I don't see Max doing anything except for fitting that hard tire that just came off his car. Holy sh! Perez flying. I feel bad for him, man. Seriously. Standing restart. Order for the restart. I'm gonna get a glass of water quickly. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. You guys don't go anywhere. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button on the stream. I'd really appreciate it, and it'll help my cold to go away. Drivers, start your engines. So let's look. They're talking about the Drivers' Championship. So let's look at the extrapolated results right now from Multiviewer. So if they finish in this order, Verstappen 492 in P1, Perez 240 in P2, Hamilton 216 in P3, Sainz and Alonso tied with 183. Oofed. Hey, he's back, Yak Natural. Yeah, Valerio, Lando pit under the safety car, so he loses out there. Is Hamilton going to take P2? I don't think so. I mean, but also at the same time, Hamilton could finish P2 this race. I think Leclerc has the top speed over him and probably a little bit better balance and pace. So they're going to do another race start, standing start, in about 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's a really interesting point. Chuck says a standing start with a hard tire could be a disaster. I don't think they've done any practice starts on the hard this weekend. Maybe they have, actually. Shenanigans prediction? Yeah, we need another shenanigans prediction for the race restart. I think I can do it. Em, do you got that? Or you want me to do it? 3 into 1, part 2 incoming. Yeah. A love story. Check on F1 feed. He's broken. I feel for him, man. That sucks. LH asks, as an ex-Red Bull engineer, do you think the AlphaTauris will finish? I'm confused by their pace. Honestly, I'm still confused by their pace. Like, we'll probably go to Brazil and their car is going to be crap again. We'll see the tires once they roll out of the pit lane. Tuman says, make someone do a 3 into 1 to make Checo feel better. David, that is my understanding. Correct. I recall Mercedes telling Hamilton there's no advantage to changing tires. Yeah, he's on the best tire that he's got. Prediction is live for the Twitch chat viewers. Are we going to have any shenanigans on the race start or not? Yay or nay? And if you guys are tuning back in, we are multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch now. And for the foreseeable future, I might even get the TikTok stream back going again. Who knows? But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out on all the platforms. And also, don't forget, if you're on Twitch, I've started launching the Break F1 podcast. So if you like audio platforms and you want to hear all of my, I try to make them into 20-minute, 30-minute, really digestible chunks about stuff that's happening, stuff that's interesting for you as a community, race analysis, qualifying analysis, special topics, special conversations with other people. And obviously still, we've got the Engine Breaking podcast as well. So be sure to check it out. Break F1 podcast on all your favorite audio platforms and Engine Breaking podcast. Those are the only 2 F1 podcasts you need, honestly. And add the Sky F1 podcasts when they have me on. And Autosport. Just kidding. Those are good ones as well. You don't think Alvin wants it? You started TikTok NPC? No way, Mitch. Come on, dude. No. Addy boy, he'd start dead last 50 laps down. I think almost everybody's going to be on a hard tire that has one. Can a set of mediums go to the end? The longest medium stint we've seen so far, I believe, is 31 laps. There are 37 laps left. You're racing people on a medium or on hards, it's not the way. Lower fuel, yeah, but still, you're still going to have to be severely managing the medium tire to make it last. And you're going to have people going pretty strong on a lightly used hard tire. Russell on a medium. Another red flag incoming? Yeah, probably. 73% of the chat on Twitch thinks we're going to have some shenanigans on the racetrack. Charles Pace at the end of his stint, I do not have good recollection on if he got into any degradation. I don't think it was a disaster. Looks like Max on the hard tire. Hamilton on the mediums or Russell? Hamilton on mediums. Interesting. What's the problem with the hard on a standing start? Just the level of grip. Like, the softer compound is easier to warm up on the formation lap, A, and B, offers slightly more grip. Unrelated, but are you cheering for the Rangers in the World Series? I just found out the Rangers in the World Series the other day when I was back in Dallas. Beaver Gladiator says potential dumb rule change, but if you change tires on a red flag, it has to be the softest compound available. I think we should get rid of tire changes under red flag. Did you see that Ferrari putting some absolute stank on those tires? Andy, I did hear about that on Twitter. That's unfortunate. So, tires. Verstappen, Leclerc, hards. Hamilton, medium. Sainz, Ricciardo, hards. Piastri, Russell, medium. Tsunoda, hard. Hulkenberg, Norris, medium. Gasly, hard. Albon, medium. Yeah, it's mixed throughout the rest of that. Ferrari pit lane impeding? Come on, Scar. So GP just giving Max a little heads up that Hamilton might have a decent start. Mediums and hards. I want a picture of Paul di Resta on a shirt that just says mediums. I don't think he'd be very happy with that, though. Hugh, GP, and Hannah on TV, zooming in on GP. Hypersonic says, do you see where the tires aren't lined up? Sometimes, yeah. But usually they've had an offset. It's just if they get into degradation or not, if they're old. If there's a puncture, you can change under that proposed rule of no tire changes. Hamilton's on a medium, and Piastri and Russell are on mediums. Let's see. Let's look at this restart and see what happens. This is going to be an absolute disaster to work with on the data. Alonso and Stroll in the back again. I think the safety car could overtake the Astons today. There'd be a lot of suspicious flat tires under those rules. Yeah. All right. We're basically missing Magnussen and Perez. Right. Alonso is now on the grid. We're waiting for some lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see if those hard tires have anything. They've dropped the lights. Max with a decent start. Much better. Leclerc sleeping. Hamilton coming through. And Sainz has said, let me around this. Is Sainz going to pull off a Perez? No, he's not going to do 3 wide. Max doing a little bit of weaving. Leclerc covering Hamilton. Max has car position. Is that Ricciardo and Piastri side by side? You guys be nice. Be nice, please. Ricciardo ahead. No shenanigans yet. We got to get to the end of the lap, though. Piastri holding off Tsunoda there. Is that Albon coming around the outside as well there? Being forced a little bit wide. Side by side with Yuki there. It looks like he's going to have to back out of that. Pierre says drivability is a joke. It sounds like he had a little problem on the start. Yeah, I mean, so Lewis didn't move forward on the medium. He's 0.4 off of Leclerc. No DRS. He's probably dumping his battery right now, like, let me have a go. Yeah, somebody's just said in the chat, Beaver Gladiator says, AlphaTauri, if they finish the result of this race as it stands, they will jump Haas and Alfa Romeo in the Constructors' Championship. Oof. Norris with a shocker of a restart, sitting duck, getting absolutely mauled by everyone. Hamilton did not get any advantage out of that medium. He has to look up the inside of Leclerc, but he's like, you know what? I wouldn't do that. On board with Lando, watch him just go backwards. Good initial drop, and then a little bit of wheel spin. Oh, he almost got sandwiched by the Alpine and the Williams. Another Alpine going past him. Man. Albon Megastar on the mediums. So Russell's made up some spots, it looks like. Albon's also made up some spots. Norris. Oh, ouch. It's not his week. I mean, Hamilton's going to end up with a 41 lap old medium. Hamilton's stopping again. Hamilton's stopping again. For sure. He needs to overtake Leclerc, zoom, manage his tires. But I don't think he's got the pace to get into Max's DRS and hang there. The hards might get back over the mediums, as in they might have an advantage in the long term. I mean, Leclerc just has to make his car a little bit wide. Piastri goes through. Through on, I thought he was still ahead of Tsunoda. Oh, he's just held him off. Top speed delta between Leclerc and Hamilton? Not exactly, no. I mean, Sector 1 speed traps, they're not useful because I don't think Leclerc's had DRS on anyone. Sainz weaving in the straight, says Russell. Mercedes? You know the one. Piastri Tsunoda contact, I think, says Hazmat. Let's see. Is Lewis going to get a move done? Oh, in the grass, but I think he's got it done. Job done. Let's go, Lewis. Leclerc's not going to be able to come back from that. Using a lot of curb at turn 2 there. Leclerc is right up his gearbox. Now the question is, Hamilton's got his DRS to pull ahead. Good. That will save him there. But with Ferrari's top speed, is Leclerc just going to get him right back on the next straight, or the next time they go to turn 1? Good overtake there. Lots of risk, lots of rewards. Setting a tire in the grass. He had room, but a stout defense from Leclerc. Lewis sent it. Let's go. He did give plenty of margin, and he was still on the track. As long as he didn't have to brake on the grass, he knew what he was doing. Absolutely awesome. So he's got 3.0 seconds to max. Let's see if Leclerc can pull back up and have another look at him. Keep in mind, Hamilton's on a medium. Leclerc is not in Hamilton's window at the moment for DRS. He might be this lap. Max has just gone fastest lap of the race. Russell having a look at signs now. Russell in DRS on signs. Not that lap. Should Leclerc drop to avoid dirty air? Yes, probably, but I think he also wants to stay in it because he knows that his hard tire should be able to go longer. I mean, Russell's got pace over Sainz, I think. And on the other hand, as versatility says, Leclerc does need to manage his tires because he's not stopping again. The thermal deck doesn't necessarily increase falling up close, but you will have less grip. So, yeah. If you have less grip, you are more prone to sliding and so on. You don't have to be, but you very likely, if you're up behind somebody pushing, you will do. Two questions in the YouTube chat back to back. One, how is Max so good? Two, why is Alonso so slow? Bono gassing up Lewis. He said, keep on it. Hamilton saying, it's going to be tough. And Mark says, I don't get what strategy Hamilton's on. I'm not sure either, but we will see. If he stops again, he comes out around Alonso, or behind Alonso, so. Ricciardo's still in P6. He's also in DRS on Russell. Are we missing something here? Are we missing something here? Let's go on board with Ricciardo on one of our feeds. So, here's an interesting fight potentially unfolding. We've got Russell putting pressure on Sainz, but at the same time, Ricciardo is in striking distance, or at least DRS distance of Russell. Russell's half a second to Sainz, Ricciardo 8/10. Now, with Ricciardo's drag level on his car, even though he's in the DRS, Russell's also got DRS, so... Bono says that Leclerc did 31 laps and was strong at the end. Yeah. Yeah, 31 laps was the longest medium stint we've seen so far, but Hamilton will have to do 41. Wait, somebody was fighting in the stands, Jess? You know what we do here? We don't really acknowledge that stuff. Right, so Leclerc is overheating his brakes, following that closely to Hamilton. Now 2.5 seconds. So if his brakes are over temperature, definitely lifting coasts will take a substantial amount of energy out of the brakes, because once you lift off at the end of a straight, the car already decelerates at a G before applying the brakes. Isn't the AlphaTauri slippery in the straights? Not this weekend, and not often. Now, the AlphaTauri is one of the slowest cars on the straight this weekend. Ricciardo's still just kind of hanging back there, biding his time. Ricciardo on a hard, Russell on a medium. The hard's going to come right at some point. I reckon the last 10 laps in those mediums are going to be difficult for the Mercedes and Piastri. Ferrari reckon 5 laps, the tires are at crossover. Hey Bema, how you doing? So I think a lot of people, if you're following somebody for more than 5 to 10 laps, you are going to have trouble with engine or brake cooling. And the way that the brakes work is the brakes operate fairly well up to, we talk about start or stop temperature, so the actual minimum temperature around the lap, and there's other metrics such as average temperature above something, which impact how fast the discs wear out once they stay super hot. The medium restart seems like a hard gamble. But even if, like, let's say Lewis went from, what was it, 3 all the way up to the race lead. Looking at the pace between them, Max is managing the gap to Hamilton. I just don't see that winning. But I don't know what else other options he had. Let's see what Hamilton's tires were. This is not me second. Hamilton had new hard, new medium, used medium. Hamilton so far has used... He only did 10 laps on that hard. I don't know, man. I'm still surprised everybody survived that restart as well. Coffee, dude, thank you for the 18 months of tier 1, bro. If Hamilton pits now, he comes out P16 or 17. Coffee, I can't believe you did that, bro. Dude, thank you for 18 months, though, homie. Oh, look at that. Go on, Piastri. Tsunoda up 10 positions. Tsunoda driver of the day? Question? What's the top position that you think Lando can pull back? 11th? That's the position he's currently in, by the way. Where else would I get my dose of fraudulent F1 info and entertainment? I have no idea. Probably here. I mean, Tsunoda right now, he's on 12 lap old hards. Max on 13 lap old hards. So he's, from here, the race has been reset, so. Ricardo could be on. That's a very great shout. David says, I'd give it up to Ricardo. He's done a great job of managing his race, and I suspect he may finish 4th. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton will fit. Maybe go to the end and fit a soft and try to push it like hell. But they're going to have to keep pushing on if they want to make any use of that. Where are we getting that fraudulent trigger content? Moving under braking by signs? Do something about it then. Yeah, but I mean, let's talk about it now. So Hamilton's gap to Leclerc is 4 seconds. A pit stop costs you 24 seconds. Piastri almost... I mean, Tsunoda's putting the Tsunoda's coming through, man. Go on, Yuki. Outside into 4? No. But get him a little bit off. I mean, Piastri's going to chew up those mediums. Tsunoda's just biding his time. Alonso retiring the car. Why does Hamilton have a radio message that say, it's a bloody tinsel? Does he have something on his car? Yuki looking at Piastri. Yuki around the outside of turn 1. Oh, yes, stay in it. Touch, a little contact. Yuki's like, all right, I'll let you breathe a minute, lad. Let's go again. Yeah. There will be another round of pit stops for these medium runners for sure. Did Piastri send Tsunoda for a spinny spin? A spinny spin spinaroo? No, Yuki! No, mate. No. I don't think Piastri is too thrilled about getting tapped on the last lap, whether fault or the other. Let's see the replay. Replay. Yuki outside again. Yuki full sends it. What was that about? I mean, did Yuki start tuning in? Let's watch the replay. Who do we want to watch that from? I want to watch that from Piastri's onboard. Let's go back. Since the TV directors are absolutely horrible. Dude, I might as well. You know what? You guys pay me, and I'll get a couple people, and we'll do a world feed mix-up for you guys, because these guys are absolutely lost. Seriously. Like, we want to see the onboard from Piastri's point of view. Not... It's terrible. It's terrible. Versatility, done. Dude, thank you for the $20 super chat, homie. Like, seriously. Like, I'm not trying to be, like, negative for no reason, but seriously, what is the broadcast doing? Like, are they just paying students to run the cameras in the live feed? Yeah. That's on Yuki, man. I'm so mad right now. You think Lewis and Merck might pull this off? I mean, they're only 5 seconds to Leclerc. They're not opening the gap to Leclerc. Assuming the Ferraris don't kill these hards, Hamilton and Russell lose. Hamilton and Russell lose. Alonso retired anonymously about 3 or 4 laps ago. If Verstappen stops, he comes out P6 or P7. Max last lap was a second a lap faster, over a second a lap faster than Hamilton. Leclerc is basically matching Hamilton's lap times right now. In terms of race strategy, are Mercedes turning into Ferrari? I don't know. I mean, let's put it in context. What does Mercedes championship look like? Hamilton could take P2. They do need to keep maintaining point scoring to maintain their gap. If they finish in their current positions, Mercedes, right now, Mercedes are only 22 points ahead of Ferrari. If they win this race, they increase their gap by 1 point to Ferrari. Relative points scored. Max only has used softs. Yeah, I don't see him stopping. I think Tsunoda turned in on Piastri. What inputs? That's a great question. Tango on Twitch asks, what inputs do the drivers use to manage a certain pace to go faster or maintain? Yuki just told his engineer, leave me alone, man. I'm struggling. Yeah, it's just so literally it's just how much speed they're rolling into corners, the braking points they're picking, how early and how aggressively they're going on throttle. Add all those things up or take them away and you go faster or slower, basically. There's also clever ways to reduce your pace to save wear on tires. So a great way to save tire energy is to reduce your pace through high speed corners. If you drop 10 kilometers an hour through a high speed section, you don't lose that much time compared to dropping 10 kilometers an hour through a low speed section, and you have more damage on the tires by going 10 kilometers an hour faster in high speed. So if you want to save tires, reduce pace, and manage your gap, don't push as hard through the high speed corners. Oh, Esteban says, tell the Haas I'm going to go for it. Watch him just run straight into the back of him. Come, Esteban. Esteban says, I'm going to go for it, then almost spins himself out in turn 2. I reckon Alonso's just saving the engine, honestly. Leclerc still 5 seconds gap to Hamilton. He's got good straight line speed in that Haas. Is Norris going to do Piastri, mate? At what lap will Lewis pit? He's surely got to do over 35 laps on that tire. Do a 10-lap stint on a soft at the end. Oh, can't. Oh my god, bro. That's actually a really good one. So if Hamilton pits now, he'll come back around 36. Yeah, he's behind the McLarens, just ahead of Albon. So they said, Piastri, your teammate's half a second a lap faster. If you can't match that, then get out of the way. I mean, that makes sense. Those are wise uses. And he just locks up there. That's not going to help him out any. Yeah, that's smart, honestly. And look, like how clear that message was as well. It wasn't bullshitting around. It's like, hey man, he's half a second a lap faster. Let him through unless you can match it. Otherwise, we're losing points. Lando says thank you. Hey, Tyler, dude, thank you for the Prime sub, man. I appreciate that. I just missed that. Sorry, I was locked in right now watching that replay. Thank you for the Prime sub, man. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, are the McLarens going to have to stop again? Don't know. Don't know. So, everybody. The Ocon is the only car in P11 that has DRS on somebody, and he's going to do it 5 laps ago. He hasn't done shit. Nice. I mean, right, to be fair, we've got a little gaggle of cars here. Ocon, Gasly, Bottas, and Hulkenberg. Tsunoda's closing the gap to Sargent, but Sargent's got DRS on Stroll. Is he going through? Is he going through? No, he's defending. Just punt him. Punt him. You think the Mercs are going to lose out on the last 5 laps? Holy cow. Trust Ninja on Twitch with 39 months. What? Did Sir Lancelot give him a little pinchy pinch? Trust Ninja, dude, 39 months of tier 1 on Twitch. Holy crap, bro. Thank you, man. Just punt him, dude. Norris striking distance on Ricardo in 2 laps. So Norris last lap 4/10 faster than Ricardo. Correct. Striking distance in 2 laps. Well done, AWS. Calculating all that crazy stuff. Hamilton has a 5-second gap to Leclerc. What the? Yeah, Lance. That's not ideal. Lance. Skill. Yeah, exactly. Logan knew it was coming as well. He didn't just stick his nose in there and wait for him to not hit him. Good on him. Right, well, who am I want to watch on board? I've got Ricardo on one of my cameras. I don't really want to watch anybody else. Let's watch Ocon not make a move. How about that? Ocon, make a move. Ocan or Ocant? Interesting message there to Sainz. Switching to a soft tire, is that in case of a safety car? Leclerc's got the same gap to Hamilton he's had for the past 5 laps. Hamilton goes behind the McLarens if he pits. Lando's coming through, isn't he? Not this lap. Outside turn one, not the play. He's biding his time. And Norris also. So Ricciardo 32 lap old, Norris 26 lap old medium. I'm not entirely sure Lando can afford to fight like hell for too many laps. Ooh, go around the outside there? Oh, he's going through. A little touch, but Lando's got through at 4. I did not see that happening. He forced the issue. Good, fucking good driving. Let's go. I was reading chat when that happened. Son of a bitch. The replay, let's go. Outside turn 4, driving the long way around, and he sends it. He squeezed him a little bit, but he's like, I'm going for it, man. I've got a bit more grip than you right now. Good move. Good clean as well. Both of them. Great drive. Norris driver of the day. I mean, you could. He should be up there even further without that race restart, honestly. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. He's got your vote for driver of the day. So Norris 22%, Ricciardo 18%, Hamilton 13%. Hamilton's done an all right drive. He's been clean, kept his nose out of trouble. Norris up 11 though. That was Tsunoda basically before Tsunoda turned in on Piastri. Shame. Are Piastri's tires fucked? He doesn't have pace right now, that's for sure. Ricciardo actually lost a huge chunk of time on that. Yeah, if we freeze the race, Hamilton gains 18 points on Perez, making their gap 21 points in the Drivers' Championship for P2. Red Bull have never finished 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship. Could Norris go 10 more laps on the medium? He fucking better. Otherwise, they put the wrong tire on. Leclerc, 6 seconds from Hamilton. Yeah. Hamilton's going to get into trouble at the end, but the medium hard crossover that we were expecting hasn't happened. Hamilton's still going. Why did the hards not come in? Well, maybe it's not that the hards haven't come in, because the pace from Leclerc and Sainz and Verstappen is good. It's the fact that the medium hasn't dropped out, I think, is the better way to look at that. And that was the expectation, was that the medium, after 30-something laps, would struggle a little bit. It hasn't. Like we said before, our longest medium stint was 30 laps. And they were going okay, so I mean, we've got 9 more laps for Hamilton to get into trouble. Could he lose 6 seconds to Leclerc? Yes. Rolandinho says, who do you support, actually? Honestly, nobody. I'm a free agent. Nobody's paying me right now, so I do whatever. I'm thoroughly impressed with a lot of drivers on the grid, and it's very difficult to not acknowledge what Max is doing with that car. This is a domination season. How much time left for the race to end? 30 minutes time limit. We got time, 8 laps. Lots of Max fans in here, absolutely. You know what, Krebs? I am a big Williams fan as well. I like Alex. I like Logan. I want them to do well, but they've got a long road ahead of them to get back to being competitive, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if they are coming back. I'm a big fan of Williams. I can't be neutral. I'm not. But I like being able to watch the sport as a fan now. Yes, I still have lots of friends that work at Red Bull, but I'm happy when they do well, and when they don't do well, I'm like, dummy. Hey, real quick, if you guys are in the stream, hold on, Radio from Norris. We know what Russell's like. He's all or nothing, and he might just turn in on you. It's a good one, that. But if you were in the Twitch stream or the YouTube stream right now, if you're in Twitch, there's the Discord link. If you're on YouTube, look down in the description. There's a link to join our Discord. That is a good way to keep in touch and chat about what's going on when we're not on stream. Huge community in there, very positive, and we don't tolerate any hateful nonsense, and we have a good time, so you should join. Look in Twitch, you say, Kappa? You know, I'll paste the Discord link in YouTube for you guys, so you don't have to leave the chat. How about that? And do be sure to hit the thumbs up button on that stream on YouTube, guys. Luce will hang on to P2. I think it's done. Luce will keep P2. I think so. He's opening to Leclerc. Ferrari not with the particularly strong race pace. Mercedes a little bit lacking in single lap pace. Ferrari great single lap pace. But Ferrari, again, Leclerc converting a pole to a non-win. And we've got 7 laps left, but I'll be very surprised if Leclerc wins this race. So Norris a 122.4, Hamilton a 121.9. You reckon Russell bends it? So Norris 0.8 to Russell. I'm going to switch one of my streams over to Norris. I don't think Russell's mediums are great. Russell's got 4-lap older tires. Norris in striking distance. He's got the DRS activated. He's sending it. He's having a look to the inside, but he's not close enough for turn 1. Nope. Just a little wait. Thoughts on the difference in Russell-Hamilton pace difference? We'll have to look after the race. I'm not sure the context of it, but it does look strong. Hamilton pace better. Norris not having to look into turn 4 there. Maybe Russell saw that move on the TV. We've just seen Ocon go past Hulkenberg. And I understand why we're watching this, but Lando's backed off, and we just missed that. Yep. TV director. Bad. Albon P9. We're going to get the replay on Ockenberg and Håkon. Yeah. There he does. I guess he got a good run out of the final corner finally. It was close enough to make it happen. Yeah, I mean, there was a strong pace gap between Norris and Piastri earlier on as well. The Russell caution if he can and will hit you. You read that as well? Lynn, what's up, man? Yellow flag in the stadium. Turn 12, 13 right now. Verstappen's just gone through it. No stationary cars. No dramas. Russell's going to get done by Lando into turn 5. Get done. Oh! Let's go, Lando. Go on, Lando. Oh, up 12. I mean, honestly, imagine if Lando had not had that terrible restart. Replay on Bottas to the stadium section. Does he get bullied? Yeah, he gets bullied by Bottas, and then he spins Stroll out. Get wrecked, nerds. Get punted. I don't even know how to feel about that. Shadow Realm. Let's watch this Lando replay. Russell way out of line into, was that 5? Easy, job done. Russell with 4-lap older medium tires, struggling out of position, getting on traction. No good. Norris up to P5, 12 positions gained. And they've retired Stroll. Permanently. Forever. Have Aston have... When was their last Aston double DNF? Oof. Yeah, I mean, 3 laps to go. Hamilton's still within a second. That medium's a little bit stronger than we thought. 4 DNFs, both Astons, Magnussen, and Perez. Can Ricciardo get Russell? No. I think he's been on it for a while. I don't see it happening, honestly. The medium looks decent. He's been in DRS for a while, has he not? Are Ferrari struggling with cooling the whole time? Daniel's only just got it now? Okay. If Bottas gets a 5-second penalty, it doesn't matter. Is it possible to see through data tire saving? To compare tire saving skills? You can try. I think you need a little bit more information than we have. But it could be done. From here, I think it could be done. Are we going to see... I mean, Ricciardo's been closing that gap. Okay, he was not within DRS yet. I was confused with something else. I was thinking of Norris closing on Russell. Apologies. Where's my jumper from? It's Cotopaxi. It's a nice half-zip fleece. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Ricardo, 7/10 gap to Russell. I mean, this is basically it. Is he going to get it? He's close. He's close. Ricardo's chomping. Is he going for it? I mean, that's the only person in DRS except for Bottas on Tsunoda right now. Tsunoda's gone way backwards since that. This is close enough. Is it? No, it's not. It is not close enough. But it could happen down to 4. Come on, Avocado. There he goes. Max Verstappen. What are they? 18 out of 19 races this season is Red Bull. 16 of them Max. I'm dizzy, man. Ricardo, half a second to Russell. We've got Ricardo up his gearbox, and we're watching the fucking Mercedes garage clapping. You guys are bad. You guys are bad. I love the fireworks in the background on GP's microphone. Another Leclerc pole converted into a Verstappen win. Why did Sargent pit? I have no idea. Maybe he didn't have enough fuel? Verstappen's year summed up by David and GP, obviously, but David suggests another race, another win, another record. So maybe next week on stream I will show you guys, but I have a video from my phone from 2017 Mexico in the stadium with Max on the podium. It was so fucking wild. But honestly, I'm gonna put my hand up. I did not see the medium going that well, but Mercedes pit wall made the right calls. Fucking smashed it. Lewis up 4 positions to take P2. Norris up 12 positions. Norris lost out 4 positions on the restart, I believe it was. It'd be amazing to see what he could have done without that. I think he could have put the Ferraris under trouble. Hamilton a level above Russell. That was, honestly, I don't think that was easy management either. That was a pretty good drive. Lewis with the purple sector 2 at the end of the race as well. So quiet in the stadium. Imagine if you had Checo in that stadium. It would be absolutely wild. I mean, the place is still packed. Lewis got fastest lap at the end. Yeah, good spot. So let's look at the championship as it stands now. Verstappen maintains P1. Perez holds off P2. Hamilton 20 points behind Perez in the drivers championship. AlphaTauri jumped 2 positions in the constructors championship. That's pretty dope. Imagine, yeah, as mentioned by Brundle, imagine without the disqualification. Yeah. Mr. Handicap, dude, thank you for 31 months of Prime subbing, man. Very, very conservative tire choice. Again, they didn't have any other tires. The soft was not a runner. The medium was an easy one-stopper to the hard. It's the same. They had the same stuff as last year, so there's no booing. I think it's fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to wake up in the morning, hopefully recharged, and come up with a engine braking podcast with Dan, aka Engine Mode 11, tomorrow night. I might do a race quick analysis chit chat podcast of my own. Who knows? Driver of the day has got to be Norris. I think Norris was ahead at the break. Max Verstappen with his 16th win of the season, a single season win record. Oof. I'm gonna hit that NyQuil up. Yeah. So, does Verstappen have double the amount of points? Yes, he has more than double the amount of points of Checo. Cars Go Vroom, thanks for getting the Twitch stream sorted. I'm glad I can stream on both now. But let's do this. If you guys aren't in the Discord, be sure to join the Discord. I'll put the link in both chats. I will see you guys on the podcast tomorrow night over on Engine Braking on YouTube. We'll be live for that. Full Fraudulence with me and Engine Mode 11. That will be a laugh tomorrow night for sure. And we'll have some more content coming out throughout the week. And I'm missing Brazil qualifying on Friday. I'm taking my girlfriend out to a beer tasting, and we're going to have a great time. A little bit of a reset. But yeah, I saw a question. I was in Austin, and I've got the interview with Max and Checo. That'll probably be out tomorrow, actually. So some more stuff. Versatility, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the super chat as well, homie. As always, thank you so much. Jay Curtis asks in Twitch, are there any meetups planned for the podcast? We are looking at doing something in the UK for end of season party. So we'll keep working on it and come back to it. Uncle Elias, let's go, man. I appreciate you. Mods, hey, mods, give yourselves a pat on the back. I appreciate you guys. This would be so freaking hard without all of you. Thank you so much for keeping up on stuff. Miss Hellcat, especially on top of both streams tonight. Insane. Huge thank you to you guys. I seriously appreciate you. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the podcast. I'm going to try and stay off of Twitter. I'm going to try to get all my work done and come back and hang out with you guys even more. Thank you for the double stream. Regulars, new people, I appreciate you. Join the Discord. Come say hello. Get to know everybody when we're not live. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Thank you.